There's no place in this world where I belong when I'm gone. I won't know the right from the wrong when I'm gone. You won't find me singing on this song when I'm gone. So I guess I have to do it while I'm here. I won't feel the flowing of the time when I'm gone. The pleasures of love will not be mine when I'm gone. My pen won't pour the lyric line when I'm gone. So I guess I have to do it while I'm here. Won't see the golden of the sun when I'm gone. The evenings and the mornings will be one when I'm gone. Can't be singing louder than the airplanes when I'm gone. So I guess I have to do it while I'm here. I won't be laughing at the lies when I'm gone. Can't question how, when, or why when I'm gone. Can't live proud enough to die when I'm gone. So I guess I'll have to do it while I'm here. Won't be running from the rain when I'm gone. And I can't even suffer from the pain when I'm gone. I can't say who's to praise, who's to blame when I'm gone. So I guess I'll have to do it while I'm here. There's no place in this world I belong when I'm gone. And I won't know the right from the wrong when I'm gone. And you won't find me singing on this song when I'm gone. So I guess I'll have to do it while we're here on a Wednesday. And look, we've got Dinosaur Disguise, Gabriella, Philip, Knighted, Manuela, Pam and Dave. They knew the song. They get the etheric prize. Whoa! Hello! We're kind of, well, we had some unaccounted for rain, but more importantly, we do have the kettle on low. Maybe you could hear some of that subtle. Let's try to get a strong one. Whoa! It's out of control. Anyways, it's all for tea. Let's get some tea. Cracked the ceramic on the stove the other day. Whoa, it's all falling apart. I think I need to take it out anyways. I'm not going to run the stove anymore, am I? It's not going to be cold. Couldn't be cold anymore. I don't know. It was cold last week. Of course, I dutifully checked my little weather app in the phone. What did it say? What did it say? 0 chance of rain today, tomorrow, all the following days. Where's the honey? Need some honey. But, of course, Was wrong again. We just had some rain. It blew the stream offline. Hello, Alejandra. Okay, we're getting our tea together. It's almost there. We're in the pen shack. It did stop raining for a minute, but of course I had all my wooden projects out there going. Let's take a look at the wooden projects. I do love... Ah! No spilling. I do love this kind of weather. I was worried about it being... Oh man, I'm spilling all over the steps. Okay. Let's take our socks off so we don't get them all dirty. You're finally getting on the chat. It's there. I see it. And if all goes well, I think I figured out that we'll find out later if the chat remains for a relative eternity. YouTube eternity, anyway. So we're out here on the back side. I don't know if you've seen the back side of the pen shack before. But see, I think I should take this one. Let's get the air. Even it's cool, but we could... I think what might be fun is if... See, we can peek in quickly at the messy room. Don't look. I did clean it. How often do you have to clean your room? Is it like every day? Okay. We're gonna... I can't do two... We're gonna set this down. Take off. Whoa. Whoa. Okay. Look at here. This is my grounding rod. I could get it deeper in there. So what we've done is we've taken off the winter windows. Now, we just have to go find our screen. See, which one is it going to be? I don't know which one it is. Let's guess. I think it's the smaller one. These are... It's even in a cool day like today. I think tonight is going to be nice with... Well, it could be more elegant, but it's moderately elegant. Now, we have 2 screen windows to get all the lovely air coming through. Day and night. So what are we doing behind the pen shack? We're looking at one perspective. We're drinking tea, first of all. We are considering if this is the appropriate place for the proposed hex hut. Is that the place? See, the idea is we could connect it to the pen shack and we would go up some stairs. I don't know, maybe. Problem today is that I can't find all my bolts. I had the bolts. I was using the bolts. Can't find the bolts. That's all right. Let's read a story or something. So seems fine. We're fine out here in the rain. The case of the missing bolts. It's true. It's a weird thing. I'm getting more organized. Oh, I did some great organizing with a friend. I just need a friend to help me organize. Everything works so much better. There's so many less
existential quandaries. And you're just trying to organize the things, clean up a little bit. I did have a story in mind from the Grimm's Book of Fairy Tales. Let's see, okay, I got it. Complete. We're hanging out with the birds outside. Okay, I'm my deals karma is coming back to me. It's good. I have good deal karma. I don't know what I did, but look at this wonderful water tank. Isn't it lovely? It's about as tall as my shoulder here. Water only, 165 gallons. So it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun I'm gonna load up the water, get my poor man's hot tub working in good order. And okay, we're almost to story time. We just have to decide where we want to sit. You hear the Tweety birds? What's that, too? We need to get back to the ocean here. Look at that. We've got a 9-foot surfboard just waiting, sitting there waiting to go to the ocean. Wouldn't that be lovely? There's so many things to do. Isn't there so many things to do? Is it summer yet? It's summer soon. I don't know all the things I'm gonna do, but I'm getting some shows set up for autumn. It's kind of edging into November, but we have 2 confirmed. The 3rd is just gonna be confirmed. It's maybe not public yet. I'm gonna wait to announce. Another dimension. How cold does the water stay in summer? Well, that's a question. Like the water in my tank? The water in my tank, I wouldn't be surprised if it's shaded. It's going to be shaded, and thankfully it's going to be all in that big green container. So that means that it won't grow weird green things in there. So we've got a story. Jorinda and Joringel. We didn't read this one before, did we? It's about the birds. Are we ready for the story? The ocean water in Oregon, very cold. It stays cold all summer long. It's the ocean water is going to be cold, and that's why we have the wetsuit to wear. It's not a long story, so we still have time to explore after the story. I was doing some glue-in of all those little wood bones today, even in the slight rain. Oh, I had some other... Are we going to tell our story? Let's just tell the story. And then we have more deals. The deals! So I got a good deal on the water tank. And I got a good deal, maybe even a better deal, on some skylights for the Hex Hut. Okay, Jorinda and Joringel. Number 69. Once upon a time, there was an old castle in the middle of a great dense forest. An old woman lived there all by herself, and she was a powerful sorceress. During the day, she turned herself into a cat or a night owl, but in the evening, she would return to her normal human form. She had the ability to lure game and birds, which she would slaughter and then cook or roast. If any man came within 100 steps of the castle, she would cast a spell over him so that he would not be able to move from the spot until she broke the spell. If an innocent maiden came within her magic circle, she would change her into a bird and stuff her into a wicker basket. Then she would carry the basket up to a room in her castle where she had well over 7,000 baskets with rare birds of this kind. Now, once there was a maiden named Jorinda who was more beautiful than any other maiden in the kingdom. She was betrothed to a handsome youth named Joringel. During the time before their marriage, they took great pleasure in being in each other's company. One day, they went for a walk in the forest so they could be alone and talk intimately with one another. "Be careful," Joringel said, "that you don't go too close to the castle." At dusk, the sun shone brightly through the tree trunks and cast its light on the dark green of the forest. The turtle doves were singing mournfully in the old beech trees, and at times Jorinda wept. Then she sat down in the sunshine and sighed, and Joringel sighed too. They became very sad, as if they were doomed to die, and when they looked around them they became confused and did not know how to get home. The sun was still shining, half above and half behind the mountains, when Joringel looked through the bushes and saw the wall of the old castle not very far away. And he became so alarmed that he was nearly frightened to death, while Jorinda sang, "Oh, my bird with your ring of red, sitting and singing your tale of woe, you tell us now that the poor dove is dead. You sing your tale of woe, oh, oh." Just then, as Joringel looked at Jorinda, she was turned into a nightingale, singing, "Oh, oh, oh." A night owl with glowing eyes flew around her 3 times, and each time it cried, "Too-woo, too-woo, too-woo." Joringel could not budge. He stood there like a stone, unable to weep, to talk, or to move hand or foot. When the sun was about to set, the owl flew into a bush, then immediately returned as a haggard old woman, yellow and scrawny, with large red eyes and a crooked nose that almost touched her chin with its tip. She muttered something to herself, caught the nightingale, and carried it away in her hand. Joringel was still unable to speak, nor could he move from the spot. The nightingale was gone. Soon the woman came back and said with a muffled voice, "Greetings, Zachiel. When the moon shines into the basket, let him loose, Zachiel, just at the right moment." Then Joringel was set free, and he fell on his knees before the woman and begged her to give Jorinda back to him. But she said he would never get her back again, and went away. He shouted, he wept, he moaned, but it was all in vain. "Oh no, what is to become of me?" Joringel went off and eventually came to an unfamiliar village where he tended sheep for a long time. He often went round and round the castle and always kept his distance. Finally, he dreamed one night that he had found a flower as red as blood, and in the middle of it was a pearl. He plucked the flower and went with it to the castle. Everything that he touched with the flower was set free from the magic spell. He also dreamed that he managed to regain his Jorinda with the flower. When he awoke the next morning, he began searching all over the mountains and valleys for the flower of his dream. He searched for 9 days, and early on the 9th day he found a flower as red as blood. In its middle was a large dewdrop as big as the finest pearl. He carried this flower day and night until he reached the castle. When he came to within 100 steps of the castle, he was not spellbound, but was able to get to the gate. Overjoyed by that, Joringel touched the gate with the flower, and it sprang open. So he entered, crossed the courtyard, and listened for the sound of birds. Finally, he heard them and went toward the room where the sorceress was feeding the birds in their 7,000 baskets. When she saw Joringel, she became angry, very angry. She began berating him and spitting poison and gall at him, but she could only come within 2 feet of him, and he paid no attention to her. Instead, he went and examined the baskets with the birds. Since there were hundreds of nightingales, he did not know how he would be able to find his Jorinda again. While he was examining the baskets, he noticed that the old woman had stealthily picked up one of the baskets and was heading toward the door. Quick as a flash, he ran over and touched the basket with the flower and the old woman as well. Now she could no longer use her magic, and thus Jorinda appeared before him. She threw her arms around his neck and was just as beautiful as before. After Joringel had turned all the other birds into young women, he went home with his Jorinda, and they lived happily together for a long time. Oh, right. Well, that was a happily ever after story, wasn't it? I didn't know what was going to happen, but there is a picture. That's Joringel. And look, the old woman's got skulls and bones on her smock, should we call it? That's the castle. All right. It is a lovely gray day. We've got our tea. We read our story. We can sing another song. But first, let's look at my great deal, the fruits of my great deal karma. I guess I shouldn't brag. I shouldn't boast about my good deal karma, or it might not like that. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 5 of these 2x4 skylights. And they're the right kinds. They're double wall. See, they've got a wall under here and a wall on top, so they're insulated. $10 each. That counts within the good deal category. All right, we're retreating to find the guitar. To sing a song. It's no longer May. It is no longer May. We said farewell to May. But it's still so nice out here that we still get to sing a song about May. I don't remember if look at these grasses that we've got. We've like along the side. I'm hoping so you can see on the side here. I want all these guys to keep growing into. It's kind of expanding. Should I get all the seeds here? We can get the seeds and throw them over there. I don't know. I also was playing with all the Shasta daisies. Look, we got a basket of Shasta daisies. They're getting all kind of dry and withered and pretty. And the ferns. I heard about ferns. What I heard from ferns is that they're a super ancient plant. They're older than, like, back when the world was young, there was ferns. Look, there seems like there's like two. Do you think they're just different ages, or are they a different kind of fern? See these ones? And then look at those dark ones over there. No, they're different. Are they even both ferns? They're totally different plants. So we've got both kinds. I need to do my research here. But you see, like, those big ones just stalk out. And this is something else, isn't it? They just have a similar... The wind's coming. All right, we've got a song. And then I guess am I gonna just keep on looking for the bolts? How long am I gonna spend? Ferns forever. Yeah, Mistress of the Revels. Hello, Jacob. Mugwort in the woods. There could be, I haven't seen it here in this woods. In the drier places. When I was a child, you had appeared to me on one May moonlit night in verdant meadow on bank of the limpid brook. 3 eyes equal in grace and modesty, queens, all 3 full of majesty in verdant meadow on bank of the limpid brook. You step toward me in robes floating like mist. I, as your child, you entice me to your proud breast. I am drawn close, the diaphanous light in my clenched hands, your bosom white upon your fruitful manner I gratefully feed. When I was a child,